Good morning, friends. In previous lecture, we have discussed about robot anatomy, types of joints, and its application. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about robot configuration. The configuration which you are seeing on the screen is Cartesian configuration. Figure A shows the pictorial view of Cartesian configuration. Figure C shows the 2D view of Cartesian configuration. Figure B shows the workspace within which the Cartesian configuration works. How actually it is going to work? The arm movement of the robot is designed to move parallel to x-axis, y-axis and z-axis of a Cartesian coordinate. The robot designed with this type of configuration is capable of moving its arm at any point linearly. Here you can see it can move linearly in x axis, it can move linearly in y axis, it can move linearly in z axis. If you take the linear movement of all the three axes, it will work within a rectangular work space. Since the arm movement is linear about x, y and z axis, it is also called as rectilinear configuration. Here you can see in a 2D view, in z axis you can lift it up or you can bring it down. In x axis you can move the arm to the left side or you can take it to the right side. In y axis you can extend the arm or you can contract the arm for pick and place. What are the advantage of using Cartesian configuration? Cartesian configuration have high degree of mechanical rigidity. They have high degree of mechanical rigidity, accuracy and repeatability. It can carry heavy loads. And what are the limitations of Cartesian configuration? The arm movement is limited to a small rectangular workspace. As I told you, whatever the workspace within which it works is a rectangular. That is the limitation. Beyond that, it will not extend its arm, and it occupies large space to give the stability to the entire structure. It occupies large space. And where you are going to use this Cartesian configuration, it can be used for assembly purpose, or you can use Cartesian configuration for welding, or you can use it for machine loading and unloading purpose, or you can use it for surface finishing and inspection purpose. Second configuration which you are seeing on the screen is cylindrical configuration. Here also, figure A shows the pictorial view of cylindrical configuration. Figure C shows the 2D view of cylindrical configuration, and figure B shows the workspace within which the cylindrical configuration works. The robot body has one rotary joint. Here you can see that it has a one rotary joint at the base which rotates about a vertical axis, which is going to rotate about the vertical axis. The arm consists of several orthogonal slides. In the previous slide or previous lecture, we have discussed about different types of orthogonal slides. Here they are going to use orthogonal slides which allow the arm to move up and down. By using this slide, you can, in the z axis you can move it up or you can move it down, or you can move the arm, you can bring it in or you can move out with respect to the body. It is capable of achieving a workspace that is approximately a cylindrical. That's why it is called as cylindrical configuration. In the figure 2D view, you can see it can rotate about the base, and you can move it up or you can move it down. In the x axis, you can move it out or you can move it in. When you take the entire workspace, it will look like a cylindrical work volume. What are the advantages of using cylindrical configuration? By using the cylindrical configuration, robot is relatively easy to program. Second one is it has the capacity to carry high payloads. It will carry high payloads and larger workspace than the Cartesian configuration. The workspace within which it works, it will be larger than the Cartesian configuration. That is the advantage of using cylindrical configuration. Similarly, it is also having some limitations. What are the limitations? Robot repeatability and accuracy is reduced in the direction of rotation. In the direction of rotation, the robot accuracy and repeatability is reduced, whereas in z as well as x axis the repeatability and accuracy will be there. The limitation is about the rotation, and it occupies more floor space. That is the major drawback of cylindrical configuration. And where you are going to use, or what are the applications of cylindrical configuration? You can use it for pick and place operations. You can use it for machine loading and unloading. You can use cylindrical configuration for forging operations or for coating applications. You can use. The third configuration is polar configuration. This polar configuration is also called as spherical configuration. The polar configuration motion resembles the action of the turret on a military tank. You have seen the turret on the military tank. The structure or the polar configuration, it is similar to that. It consists of a rotary base. It consists of a rotary base and a pivot. This is called as pivot. This is the pivot that can be used to raise or lower the telescopic arm. It is used to raise or lower the telescopic arm. And the sliding arm can be extended. It can be extended or it can be retracted to provide the reach. To provide the reach for the robot, by using the sliding arm, you can extend the arm or you can retract the arm. What is the advantage of using polar configuration? Long reach capability compared to Cartesian as well as cylindrical configuration. With using polar configuration, you can reach a longer objects. The other advantage is that the design of polar configuration is simple and provide good weight lifting capability. The design is simple, as you can see the figure, and it provides a good weight lifting capabilities. And it also has some of the disadvantages. Here the vertical reach is low. Here you cannot extend or contract, or you cannot move it up or you cannot move it down. That is the limitation of polar configuration. And it has a reduced mechanical rigidity, and it needs to be more sophisticated control system. A more sophisticated control system is required for polar configuration compared to cylindrical and Cartesian coordinate. And what are the applications where you are going to use this polar configuration? It can be used in die casting, injection molding, dip coating, or material transfer applications. The last configuration is jointed arm configuration. The jointed arm configuration is similar to human arm. It consists of many linear members. These are the linear members connected by joints. Here you can see the joints. Elbow joint is there, and this is a shoulder joint which mimic human shoulder. This is a mimic of a human shoulder, and this is a upper arm, lower arm, elbow, and wrist, and this is a hand which is used to pick the material. It has more flexible reach than the other configuration. Because of that, uh, it can be suited for welding purpose and spray painting in many industries, or in automobile sectors like in Tata, Mahindra, or in Jaguar. This jointed arm configuration is used for spot welding as well as spray painting. In 2D view, you can see it can rotate about the base, and using the shoulder it can move the entire upper arm and lower arm. It can move up or it can move down. By using the elbow joint, it can move the lower arm to the left side or to the right side. By using the end effector, or you may call it as a hand, using this it is going to pick the material and it is going to place it. It can be used for pick and place purpose, it can be used for spot welding, it can be used for spray painting. What are the advantages of using jointed arm configuration? It provides large work volume compared to polar as well as Cartesian and cylindrical. The work volume of jointed arm is more, and its flexibility is more compared to other three configuration. And it also has some of the disadvantages, like as number of components are more, the programming is complex. As number of components involved are more, for that the structure has to be properly balanced, or it should be stable. Thank you for watching the video, and in the description the notes are provided. By using the link you can see the notes. Thank you.